In this video, we will look into the file and folder structure of newly created Ionic for Angular app. So this is our app. You can see the default name is Ionic app. Here is the home page and this is the list page. These two pages are automatically created when I created this app. Now let's go to folder structure. Here you can see some files and 3 folders. At first, the node modules. This folder contains all the node packages and libraries we need for our Ionic project to be run. The package.json. This file keeps a log of all installed packages in our app. You can see it here. These packages are automatically installed when I created this app. Okay, we can simply ignore all other files here because we will not make any changes there. Let's go to src folder. Here at the root of src folder, you can see index.html. This is the default landing page for our app. You can see here the app name is Ionic app. Let's change it. Now save it. Go to browser. You can see change is automatically detected by the browser and the app has been renamed to web store. Now this is global.scss file. Here we can write all the css we need for whole app. Any css code written here will take effect to the whole app. For example, we are here. We want to change the color of this text. So let's inspect. Here you can see the element name is ion item. So if we write it css for this element, here let's set the color as red. Now save the css and go to browser. You can see the color has been changed to red. So this is the global css file. Here if you go to list page, it also changes the color to red. So any css you write in global.scss, it takes effect to the whole app. Now let's remove it, and inside the theme folder you can see another css file that's name is variables.css. Here all the css variable has been declared. Here using css variable, some colors has been predefined. Those can be used in Ionic app. So let's go to browser. Here in home page, if we go to home page and here in toolbar add the color and give the name to primary. This variable, and let's see what happens. Here you can see toolbar color has been changed to primary color. You can use any other color you want. For example, this color name is danger. If you put it here, then it will change the home page toolbar color to danger color. So these are the purpose of global.scss and variable.scss. In global.scss, any CSS you add, it will take effect on whole app, and in variable.css, here you can create new color variable or replace existing color variable as you want. Now here in app folder, this is actually files and folder we are going to modify to develop app with Ionic Angular. Home list. This is a page and this is also a page. As we were talking about CSS files, for every pages there is a local CSS file. Here you can see home.page.scss, and here you can see list.page.scss. Okay, any CSS you add in a local CSS file, it will only affect on only this page. So for example, let's go to list.page.scss. Here we add here color. Now let's save it and see on browser. You can see there is no effect on home page, but on list page you can see the color has been changed. So this is the purpose of local SCSS file. If you need to add a page specific CSS, then you can add the necessary CSS to the local CSS file of that page. Now when you create a page, it creates a total of 5 files. We only work with TS file, SCSS file and page.html. In home.page.ts, we write necessary Angular code. We actually use TypeScript to write Angular code. Here, this is a local CSS file for that page. Any CSS you write on this page will only affect on home page. And this is the HTML markup. These are actually Ionic own tags. And inside Ionic tag, you can also write normal HTML tag like image, paragraph, heading, and many more. You can write almost every HTML tag inside page.html. Now, we will discuss about two most important file, that is app routing module and app module. Okay, in app routing module, we defines all routing and navigation. Here you can see the path, that is list, and when you go to list, it should load this page module. So that is actually what happening. When you click on home, it loads home page. Here you can see the path is defined as home. That means the main URL / home, it will load this module. The main URL / list, it will load this module. And that's actually happening. So all routings and navigations are defined in this app routing module.ts. The app module.ts file, it holds all the module declarations providers those are using in this project. So I think you got quite a good idea about the files and folder structure of Ionic for Angular apps, and where we actually need to write code, where we can add styles, where we can add Angular code, and where actually we are going to configure our routes and navigation, import new module, services, and so on. So this is our actual project, and here only in app folder we are going to add our necessary files or modify existing files. Outside the app folder, we are only going to use global.scss, index.html, and sometimes variables.scss in theme folder. Rest of the files outside of app folder we don't really need at all. So any page we add, it will be created here. Any service we create, it will be created here. Any auth guard or anything we create, it will be created here. So ultimately the files under app folder is our ultimate target, and we are going to use all of these files when we need. To learn details about Ionic and Angular, develop iOS and Android apps for your WordPress WooCommerce based web store, you can get my full course from Udemy. It is a full featured web store app video tutorial of around 9 hours. The name of my course is Develop Ionic for Angular iOS Android apps for WooCommerce. Build a complete Android iOS app for your WordPress WooCommerce web store using Ionic 4 and Angular. My course rating is 4.7. You can see it here, and you will be surprised to know that my course has been featured as number 1 in Angular category. My course is perfectly compatible to Ionic 5 and you can migrate it easily with minimal changes. I have separate video for migration in section 13. You are welcome to check my course, see what you will learn, check every section and its content, watch intro videos and public videos to get an idea about what you are going to learn and get at the end of the course. If you need it, then in the description of this video, you can find a direct link with discount coupon. Get the course by clicking on that link. It will offer a promotional discounted price than regular price. Okay, now in next video here, we will pull all the products from WooCommerce store by using WooCommerce REST API version 3. Don't forget to watch it. Thanks.